last regular season game. It'd be nice to play a great game on both sides of the ball and get ourselves rolling going into the SEC tournament. So that's the plan. I thought we've had a really good 2 days of practice. I like where our guys' heads are. Georgia's a talented team. They've got really good talent on the offensive end. I think, we played a pretty good offensive game against them last time. That's no guarantee it's going to happen again. And defensively, I didn't think we were very good. I thought they exposed us a little bit, so we got to do a lot better job defensively this game. But I think it's a good test going into the SEC tournament. We're playing on the road, so I'd like to close out the regular season well. We're not trying to rest guys or do any of that. We're trying to get on a roll. We've got 6 days between games. We won't play till the following Friday anyways, so we're gonna play our guys, and we're gonna try to get in a little bit of a rhythm and getting a little bit of a groove going into tournament play.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go ahead and begin with questions. Let's start first with Mike Rodak.
Yeah, Nate, I think you've used the Milwaukee Bucks as an example a couple times the last week, just in terms of finishing strong and making sure that you're staying on top of things. How much have you used that with your players?
I haven't used it with them at all. Maybe I wish I wouldn't have said that, because I actually love the Bucks. I grew up in Wisconsin. That's the team I like to follow. I think they play well. I just was a little disappointed that they were the best team before the bubble, and then it seemed like maybe they were resting some guys or trying to make sure they were ready to go for the playoffs, and kind of seemed like they lost a little bit of their rhythm. Maybe I'm off, but I respect their coaching staff. I think we have to be in a rhythm, playing well as a team. We could go into the Georgia game. It's in all purposes, it's what you maybe would say a meaningless game, because it's not going to decide who wins the regular season. We're already the number 1 seed. But I don't think it's meaningless. I think we need to get back playing well. The last time we did play well on offense was that game, but we didn't play good on defense. So we haven't had a great game on both sides of the ball here for a while. So if we could do that going into SEC tournament play, I think that'd be the best. So yeah, just more the point of, let's not coast into tournament play in March. This season, we've got 3 games guaranteed left, anywhere from 3 to 10, depending on how well it goes. So let's make sure that we're playing every last game we've got left in the season to the full capability of this team.
William Galloway.
Coach, J.D. Davidson had 45 in his last high school game. He told me after the game that if he could come down right now and play with y'all, he would. How excited are you for him to come down this summer, and what is he going to bring to the program?
Yeah, he's super talented. With the way we play, is fast and open. He's going to fit perfectly. He's hard to guard coming downhill with a full head of steam. He's so athletic. He's almost impossible to keep out of the paint when you give him enough space. So when you put the shooting that we'll have on the floor and the way we space the floor out, I think he's going to be a great addition. You add him into a mix with guys like Quinterly. You got shooting. Shaq can obviously drive the ball too. Shaq, Primo, Keon Ellis, some other pieces we're going to add in. Jason Holt can really shoot it. You add some athletes. I think he fits what we need, what we want, how we want to play. And the fact that he's a McDonald's All-American from right here in the state of Alabama is great. I think it gives us really good momentum in recruiting. And 45, and I heard he could have had a lot more. I wasn't there live. Had it on up in the office with our staff up there, just because we couldn't go out on the TV. But he's been working on his shot. They tell me he's in the gym a lot, shooting it. And I've seen games where he shot it really well. So hopefully we can get him here right, the end of May, beginning of June, when freshmen can come to summer school. We'll get a full summer working with him, and he'll be ready to go here, start the fall, the first game.
Next question, Jerry Tipton.
Nate, how big of a fan are you of conference tournaments generally, and how can they benefit you guys or hurt you going forward into the NCAA?
I've played in 4 of them as a Division I head coach. We've won 3 of them, so I'm a fan of them. I liked cutting the nets down in Cleveland in the MAC tournament. We didn't get to play in the one last year. I think it's another chance for your kids to win a championship. Like there's a limited amount of championships they can win. You know, you got a regular season, a conference tournament, and then you get the NCAA tournament. Well, the NCAA tournaments, I mean, that's hard to win. Like the SEC tournament's really hard to win. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, so it's another chance for guys to have great memories of their college experience. I like them. I know some people haven't spoken as highly of them. Shoot, I'm a fan. You know, I'm a coach too, but I was a fan before I was a coach. Tournament week's a great week. I mean, you already got some of the tournaments going on. Like, it's a great week to watch college basketball. I'm glad we can be in the middle of it. You know, tons of people be watching the SEC tournament. I think it's great for your kids. So whatever you can benefit your players more from, like, I'm all for it. And this is one of those where, so I'm all for it. As far as us going into it, you know, we are the number 1 seed, but we got to get back to playing our best basketball on both sides of the ball. It's been a little while since we've done that. Arkansas is the hottest team in the league right now, but I think there's a lot of teams that could come in and win it. I mean, there's teams that are, you know, going to be playing on Thursday that have a great shot to win the whole tournament. So I think just with the, you know, the parity, and some of the teams that don't have the best records have a ton of talent and are now starting to come together, and you're seeing what maybe they had hoped they could be. Well, that's a dangerous team. So our game Friday, it's going to be a tough game, you know, and if we're fortunate enough to get by it, you know, Saturday's going to be even harder. So we'd like to go in and win it, you know, but and at this stage with what our record is, I don't know, you know, if we lost Friday, I'm sure it would hurt us. If we lost Saturday, it probably wouldn't help us. If you get to Sunday and you play well and you win it, it obviously could help us. You know, who knows where our seeding ends up going, but that's not really what we're going to talk about with our guys. It's going to be just more, what do we have to do to beat this team that's in front of us? And then what do we have to do to beat this team? And then let's just let the chips fall where they may after we put forth our best effort.
All right, we got 2 more questions left in the queue. Let's start with Cecil Hurt.
Yeah, Coach, just to follow up on Jerry's question a little bit. In the years at Buffalo, did you always feel in the back of your mind that you had to win the conference tournament? Because mid-major, you just never know what's going to happen at large wise. And will this be different going into this year?
Yeah, definitely different this year because we don't have to win it. We know we're in the NCAA tournament. It's just a matter of what our seed will be. My first 3 years at Buffalo, we 100% had to win that tournament to get in. Even my 3rd year when we beat Arizona in the tournament, we were not. I mean, people had talked about us having a chance being at large. I don't think we had a shot to being at large. I mean, you even look at, we won the MAC tournament. We still ended up a 13 seed, so there's no way we were going to be an at large. So those first 3 years, you know, we won it my first year. We weren't even the best team in the MAC. We upset Akron in the championship. Then my second year, we didn't. Kent State won it. Then our 3rd year, we won it. We were the best team, the number 1 seed, and we won it, got a 13 seed. So there was the pressure going into every one of those. Like, you either win or you're done. And that's some pressure. Now, going in, you know, to this one this year, I do feel like our last year at Buffalo, we would have been, and we would have been. We were in the top 25 all year. We had that kind of locked up, but we were trying to get a high seed so we could make a run in the tournament. I think we ended up as a 6th seed, but here this year, we know we're in, but I still think it comes out like we've got to get playing our best basketball, and we'd like to win a tournament championship. I mean, it's nice. They've won the regular season, these guys. If you could add the SEC tournament to it, I mean, that's saying something if you can win both, and then obviously that helps your seeding going in the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, it's going to be a little different because you don't have the pressure that you have to win the whole thing to get there, but I still think, you know, maybe it's better for us. We're not playing with that pressure, and we can relax a little bit and play, but we still need to be playing well.
All right, we're going to finish up with Jerome Betcher. Hopefully I got that right, Jerome Betcher.
Yeah, you got that right, Aaron. Thank you. Hey, Coach, I'm doing a story on Mike Snowden. He's alum here at George Mason University, and I was just curious, what sort of impact has Mike had on your program, and especially this past year? How significant has he been? Is his role as a strength coach, especially at the beginning of the pandemic when the guys went home?
Well, I hired him at Buffalo after my second year. We'd never won an NCAA tournament game. Then Mike shows up and we beat Arizona in the first year and Arizona State in the second year. So if the strength coach has anything to do with winning, we started winning a little bit more when he got there. But I like him a lot. You know, he's got the background in the Navy for 7 years. He's, you know, very detail oriented, very structured, organized, but he's studies his craft. He's up on the current methods. You know, we're using that elite form, the stuff where they measure the velocity of the bar. He's got me doing it. I love it. I think our guys enjoy it. I think he's got a way about him of, you know, he's no nonsense, but he can relate to the guys. He's not going to mess around, but he's relatable. He works hard. You know, he's helps be in charge of the discipline. He's at every practice. He's kind of in charge of the sprints on the side. He's just fully involved. If you watch him on the sidelines during a game, he's probably more fired up than I am with some of the calls and stuff. So he's, you know, you can tell he's super invested in what we've got going. So during the pandemic, when the guys were locked out, you know, he was in constant contact. We got them whatever we could get them. So, you know, Shaq's out California with his dad in the garage working out. You know, some guys are here in Alabama. You know, we were getting them what they could get them and get the workouts however he could. But I think he did a good job staying on them because when we got back in June to actually work out, I felt like our guys were in pretty good shape for, you know, supposed to have not having access to much over the last 3 months. I thought he did a pretty good job staying in touch with them and then just getting back in shape. And then, you know, it's different for him. Guys get put on a quarantine period or isolation period or whatever. Well, they're out 10 days. Well, you know, if they have the virus, obviously you got to be smart. You can't do a whole lot. But if you don't and you're just quarantining because you're by it, well, now you got to come up with stuff to do. And I think that's the stuff that he's pretty good at. I mean, he's really good in the weight room too. So I think he's a huge addition to our program. That's why I brought him here with me from Buffalo. I love having him in our program. So whatever good stuff you can write about him, that'd be good. Go ahead. If you want to make up a few quotes from me, just have Aaron approve them if that wasn't enough good stuff.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.